Okay, this is looking at our backyard on a Wednesday, and it's 38 below, or 38 below, 38 above. Might be down at 36 at this point. The ferns have suffered a bit, but they're still doing all right. This is what Pat calls family weed, and it was originally brought up from the U.S. about 120 years ago, from what we can figure out, and its slips have been cut and moved all over the country. And here's where I'd like to spend my time when it's not quite this hot. Sit there, relax. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun starts tickling my toes. And this one here, a flower pot, picked a bunch of them up last year, put them into that pot, and they survived the winter. Pansies are always fun to look at. Definitely shrunk down a bit from last week or two. More ferns in our garden. These are ferns we brought up from Mackenzie with us, or brought down from Mackenzie, and they're called a walking fern. I don't know the exact name of them. And so there we've got some clematis. It hasn't flowered yet this year. Ornamental onions are coming up reasonably well. And that's our hydrangea. That thing, see if I can make it a little less bright. Oh yeah, of course the sun comes out as soon as I go to do that. That's top edge of the fence there, right there, is just over 5 feet. And that thing has definitely sprouted up this year. Used to have a hosta beside it, but we moved it up front. We'll see that in a bit. And we've got multiple lilies. This guy here, I think it's going to start opening in a few. Oh, there's one at the bottom there started to open. It's let's have a look here. Appears to be kind of a pinkish red color. Kind of like might be a kind of a delicate color. Our lilies were definitely blooming earlier in the year. And butterfly weed. We planted this better part of 5-6 years ago, I think. It just keeps coming up. White lilies. Climbing rose is doing not too bad, but definitely not as good as I thought. These guys just started opening yesterday. Kind of a nice pinkish color by the looks of it. And these ones are, this one and that one just started opening. This one just opened today by the looks of it. Kind of a nice reddish color. And that one there is definitely the same thing. And should be open more tomorrow. This is our rock garden that we just put in. The hens and chicks are already starting to droop over to reseed themselves. All kinds of little succulents in there. This guy, see if I can, right beside that big rock there, right there, is known as a Korean stone crop, and it's a sedum type thing. All kinds of rocks that our contractor brought with him. Some bunch we had in the yards, and don't have to cut that grass or take care of it anymore. This part of the flower bed, we have coneflowers, peas. Ooh, I better pick those right away before they go bad. More cornflower and some dahlias. Unlike Lisa, I've only got 4 dahlias in here. 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe there's 5. Oh, that's a double stem. And there is my bird bath. As you might be able to see, maybe not, but there's not many birds coming to it, but there's definitely lots of hornets. And they just hang out on the edge there, as you can, right down that edge there. There's 3 or 4 of them. There's like 6 or 8 there right now. Bee balm. And this clematis here is doing well. It had some on it earlier, and they come and go all summer. Ooh, this poor guy is. I think I'm going to have to dump a bucket of water in that here after I'm done. That's our katsura tree, which does this area well, but that's all rock and ugly underneath there, so the roots shoot out everywhere. That guy will hopefully be blooming here in the next week or two. Our bleeding hearts have had it for the season. Mini hostas either side of the another potted fern. Let's have a look at the front. Definitely lots of sunshine, but maybe some clouds. Sunflower plants everywhere. It's a nice little Japanese fern. I kind of like this guy. It just kind of sits there, grows up to about that size, drops back down in the fall, comes back up in the spring. Now, California poppies, they're all over the yard, but they're doing all right. We've got some yarrow. Probably hard to see. There's our hosta that used to be in the backyard and get completely burnt all the time. But it's hanging in. Striped lilies. And over there, which we'll go around and end up back there. That's our Chinese lily, or Chinese ground orchid, not Chinese lily. And standing here in the shade, there is sunflowers, yarrow all over the place. Those lilies there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different spots that those bright orange lilies came up, and they're starting, after 3 or 4 days, they're starting to get dull, which is understandable in this heat, even though I had a little extra water that I probably would get fined for if somebody saw me doing it. There's bees everywhere, which I don't know if you're going to see him there or not. I keep going in and out, but yeah. We have California poppies, we have cone flowers, and then we have these guys here. For the life of me right now, at this particular second, I can't remember the name. It's what you get ricin out of. Castor beans. So anyhow, here's another pot of ferns and other stuff floating in the front yard. Everything's getting, I'm going to throw some more water on everything. This guy here is still hanging in, but there's got to be, between these two stems, there's more than 12 heads there. Yeah, made quite the show when it was all really bright and the first popping out. And this guy here is just, I think, another day. If it lasts another day, I'd be quite surprised. And this is our butterfly weed at the front. Now this guy, we got it from Breck's last early spring, and it was a bulb type thing. We planted it there, and there's none on here right now, but I've got a couple of pictures that I'll throw into part of the video of a digger bee. It's got a really bright orange end on it, and they don't seem to bother anything. And we go around this way on the pathway. This little pathway was Pat's idea, and it's actually quite nice. It's kind of gives sort of a zen effect. And we come over here. Again, there's more of that Korean stonecrop. It's I put my foot beside it. Okay. Here's how big it is. Not huge, but it's there. And then come back over here. there are, back up a little bit. Okay, there's the last two buds on the Chinese ground orchid, and they are, let's see, here's my finger, and my finger is much bigger than the orchid, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 stems there this year, and hopefully there'll be more than that next year, and it kind of self-seeds it from what I've been able to figure out. And that white lily there, was the stem that was just sitting there, and it didn't do anything until yesterday. It's a nice little guy. It kind of a small one, but we're going to move this lily and this peony here. We're going to move them out into that area, I think, because they're getting shaded too much by the hairy lauder. This tree should have been about 6 feet out, or 10 feet over that way, but where that probably right about in there is where it should have been planted, but we didn't know, and our contractor at that time didn't say any different. So, and then our daylily is doing quite well, to say the least. Ooh, there's a nice little bee there. A couple of bees. Oh, I think I scared the bees. It's the only daylily we've got, and I've seen various ones. There was one up at your place, and I'm going to see if I can get it identified and maybe get it planted in here too, just to give me some extra color. And coneflower, and then alongside of the driveway we got lots of this, lots of ground cover, sedums, and here is, hopefully it's not too bright here. There is our cactus. Can't even see the screen. It had a better part of 3, 6, 9, 12, about 18 flowers on it this year. Last year it didn't do anything. And hopefully next year it flowers even more. Along the front. Like when we were laying this out last year, we had, had dirt right up to the edge at the, and the fence up to the edge of the sidewalk, and by-law came along, kind of gave me a hard time about it, so dug it all out and tied in the gravel all the way along the front, and brought it over to this side, and we've got gravel over here, and it just kind of ties it all together and makes it a nice little setup. There's, cable box and telephone and power and everything goes underneath here. So there we go. That's a good tour of our front yard, backyard flower beds. Hope you enjoyed.